Everyone wants success. Everyone talks about hustle. But very few people talk about what it really costs. Now imagine this. You're running multiple billion-dollar companies, overseeing Mars missions, AI research, EV manufacturing, satellites, and somehow you still sleep on the factory floor when things go wrong. This isn't a movie. This isn't hype. This is real. This is Elon Musk's reality. See? People admire Elon Musk for being a genius, a visionary, a risk-taker. But what they rarely talk about is the one thing that holds all his success together. Discipline. Ruthless, unrelenting, unforgiving discipline. And today we're diving deep into Musk's harsh truth about discipline, not the filtered Instagram version, but the uncomfortable, unglamorous version that's powered his world-changing legacy. By the end of this video, you'll see discipline in a completely different way, not as something optional, but as the very foundation of your future. Let's get into it. We live in a world that worships talent, that idolizes creativity, that praises hustle. But talent without discipline is wasted. Hustle without direction burns out. Creativity without consistency dies in the dark. That's where Elon Musk separates himself. Because while most people look for shortcuts, comfort, and balance, Musk is on a different frequency. Not because he's smarter, but because he's willing to do what others won't. He understands something most people never fully grasp. Discipline is the price you pay for greatness. It's not something you try when you're motivated. It's not something you do only when it's convenient. It's the contract you sign with your future. The part where you say, I'm willing to suffer now, so I don't have to suffer later. Musk once said, you have to be very rigorous in your own self-analysis. You should take the approach that you're wrong. Your goal is to be less wrong. Think about that for a second. That's not just humility. That's discipline, mental discipline. It's the ability to question your own ideas, challenge your own ego, and hold yourself to a higher standard without anyone clapping for you. Most people can't even take feedback from a coworker without getting offended. Musk, he actively seeks out ways he might be wrong. That level of self-discipline is rare, but it's trainable. Another truth Musk lives by. Comfort is the enemy of growth. While others seek balance and self-care during crunch time, Elon literally sleeps in his factories when production falls behind. Not in a hotel, not at home, on the floor. Not because he has to, but because it sends a message to his team, to himself, and to the mission that no one is above the work. He doesn't ask for 12-hour shifts while doing 4. He lives what he expects. That's not discipline for show. That's discipline and identity. He's become the kind of person whose actions match his ambitions. And that's a level most people never reach. Because let's be honest, most people want results without resistance. They want six-pack abs without sweat. Wealth without risk. Discipline without discomfort. But Musk's life says otherwise. His results scream one message loud and clear. You don't get what you want. You get what you tolerate. And Musk doesn't tolerate laziness. He doesn't tolerate excuses. He doesn't tolerate average thinking. Now let's talk about something deeper. Emotional discipline. Because contrary to what people think, Elon isn't emotionless. He's known for being passionate, intense, sometimes even abrasive. But here's the twist. He doesn't let his feelings stop his actions. He pushes through burnout, through criticism, through personal attacks, through failure after failure. SpaceX rockets exploded publicly. Tesla nearly went bankrupt. Twitter, now X, sparked massive backlash. Neuralink is controversial, yet he keeps moving. That's emotional discipline, the ability to keep going regardless of how you feel. That's where most people fall apart. They quit when it gets boring, when it gets frustrating, when it gets hard. But the harsh truth? That's exactly when discipline matters most. When your motivation dies, discipline has to take over. When no one's cheering, discipline has to lead the way. When your mind says, why bother? Discipline says, we're not done. Let's break something else down. Time discipline. Elon Musk famously breaks his day into 5-minute slots, not hours, minutes. Why? because he knows time is the most valuable currency he has. Not money, not attention, time. While most people scroll aimlessly, Musk is stacking impact, minute by minute. And no, you don't need to be a billionaire to do this, but you do need to respect your time like one. Start tracking where your hours go. Audit your attention. Cancel what's not aligned. Delete distractions. Schedule your focus. Because success doesn't just come from what you do, it comes from what you stop doing. That's discipline too. Now here's something powerful. Musk doesn't always enjoy what he does. He once said, "You're not going to love every part of your job. But if you don't push through the hard parts, you'll never build anything that matters." Let that sink in. He's not driven by dopamine. He's driven by duty. Most people chase passion. Elon chases progress. He understands that discipline means showing up specially when you don't feel like it. Discipline isn't sexy. It's not fun. It's repetitive. It's exhausting. But it's the only path to mastery. So here's the real question. Do you want to feel good? Do you want to be great? Because you can't have both. Discipline requires you to sacrifice short-term comfort for long-term freedom. To choose reps over rest, vision over vibes, purpose over pleasure. It means saying no to the party, no to the snooze button, no to the excuses, and yes to the version of you that's waiting on the other side of consistency. Let's bring this all home. Elon Musk's harsh truth about discipline is this: you won't always want to. You won't always feel ready. But if you do it anyway, you win. Not instantly, not easily, but inevitably. The world doesn't reward the talented, it rewards the relentless. You don't need to sleep on a factory floor or run multiple companies, but you do need to lead yourself, daily, ruthlessly, consistently, because if you don't build, disciplined distractions will build your downfall. If you don't train, disciplined doubt will train your mind. And if you don't live with disciplines, someone else will own your time, your potential, and your future. So take a page from Elon's playbook. Stop waiting to feel like it. Start acting like it. Show up when it's hard. Push when it's boring. Stay when it's inconvenient. Because if you do, your results won't just change. Your entire life will.